Vox is definitely one of my favorite champions for Battlegrounds recently, and it's because he's just got so many different ways to counter a fight. He's got so many different types of utility that makes his damage work, and in this video I'm going to be going against 6 really tough Battlegrounds defenders, and you're going to see how well he takes them. Vox isn't necessarily a nuker, but once he gets going, he's gonna kill like anything that's almost like even 2 ranks ahead of them sometimes in his regular rotation because of an overkill factor that he has, where once he's fully ramped, he's just got a lot of overkill coming with his kit. And I do have some fights coming from a rank 4 Ascended and a rank 5 Ascended. This one is a rank 4 Ascended, this first fight. And every fight is going to be a little bit harder to do just because of the fact that we have to deal with the intercept node, and a lot of times the AI isn't cooperative. But we do get some really nice fights like that one where they just go down in 55 seconds. So there's a rank 2 Shuri dead in 55 seconds. We had that vigilance to prevent her miss, and we got so many buffs from dexing her SB1, getting a bunch of precisions and stuff like that. Alright, next up is Maestro, another rank 4 Ascended fight. The reason Vox is really cool for Maestro is the fact that he has a 300% chance to gain his buffs, meaning glancing is unaffected. The glancing for the Dex buff is affected though, because Dex itself works differently than Vox's kit. It's not going to trigger the actual duration on the Dex buff unless you use a special attack, because Maestro can't glance that. But other than that, you know, we're always placing degens, we're always gaining buffs, except for those precisions. It's a really easy fight for him. We just have to deal with Maestro's regular things where he's going to start to make us take radiation damage, and he's just a very tanky guy. He's got glancing, making him even tankier. And we're going to place our second set of degens right there, and now we have 34 of them. They're ticking really hard. We can get them paused by hitting the block once. My Vox has a lower sig in this fight than he is now. I have him sig 200 now, but we're just going to finish this Maestro up right here, and we finished with 83% health, and that is a Maestro down with no buff control in 78 seconds. I did lose the round, but who cares? It was a really cool fight. So next up, we have Future Ant-Man. I really like Vox for Future Ant-Man because a lot of times when you fight Future Ant-Man, you really need to be careful of managing his armor ups, whereas with Vox, you really just don't care if he gains armor ups at all because, again, glancing just doesn't matter to him. So what we're going to do is just manage getting the power sting off of us. We also don't have to worry about his power detonation because we are immune to power drain. So all we have to do is just get a bunch of buffs, go for an SP1, we place our first set of degens with 19 of them, and I probably should have done an SP2 rotation like I did for Shuri in this fight. I think that was a bit of a mistake going for the SP1 first, so this fight could technically be faster. But we're going to bring the degens back into buffs with the other SP1, and then I'm going to go for another SP1 to place them back. We get 19 degens, they're ticking again, and he's just about to die. Just like that, the Future Ant-Man is dead in 61 seconds, so pretty good for a tanky Future Ant-Man. Domino, again, since Vox has 300% ability accuracy on his corrupted buffs, Domino really doesn't have anything to fail. She can fail a couple of the degens proccing on your SP1, but that's usually only going to trigger the crit fail once, so you really don't take a lot of crit fail in this fight. You can obviously take it by parrying and stuff, but either way, we have to watch her evade and things like that. She also can fail the relic, which is kind of stupid, but it is what it is. We're going to go for our first round of degens right here, and we get 12 of them, even though we're unlucky, so we do take a little bit of crit fail, but not enough to where it really matters that much. We go back in, start comboing her again, and we're going to go to save the degens right here with the SP1, bring them back into our Intensify buffs. Again, ability accuracy makes it to where we don't have to worry about that failing. We go for our second set of degens, and then there's 22 of them, and she's going to die really, really fast. We didn't even need to build up a bit more power so that we can go for an SP2 at the end, because she just dies like that in 67 seconds, and we do win the round of that game. Next up is Hulkling. Hulkling is just super annoying when you don't have buff control, which obviously Vox doesn't have, but Vox is damage to where you don't have to hit the opponent that much while the degens are ticking, is what I'm trying to say. Means that the indestructible isn't something you have to worry about too much. We do need to keep in mind that he is going to gain his Pierce, he is going to regen a lot, but we also have Despair to counter that regen, and we are trying to bait this guy's special attacks. He's really not interested in throwing it, making the fight a lot longer. He eventually just catches me on a dashback, and we finally get the intercept off, and I finally get to save my degens. That was really close because the AI is still being a giant idiot. What was that? Almost like 20 seconds of special baiting, making the fight almost like 20 seconds longer. So annoying, but it's gonna affect the final score a bit, but at the end of the day, Vox is still just absolutely destroying this guy. We push him to SP2, we hope he throws it. He does go indestructible there, because he had a bunch of charges from me trying to bait the special, but we can just let the degens take him out just like that, and that Hulkling is dead in 73 seconds. 73 second Hulkling fight with no buff control whatsoever is really good. So last up, I think, is Lady Deathstrike, and Lady Deathstrike does have the way to heal when she's getting struck by a special attack, which is kind of frustrating, but Vox really doesn't care if his special attacks do damage or not. He just cares about that degen. So all we gotta do is just throw our specials, let the degen do its thing. I'm trying to get an intercept. AI doesn't really feel like it, so now I'm just waiting for the power sting to fall off. Annoying, but whatever. We throw the SP2, we get the degens, and who cares that she healed the SP2 damage, because those degens are all we really care about. We're going to continue to combo her, and she throws her SP1, but we're going to go for the SP2 right here. Actually, not even going to. We're going to go for an SP1. I did mess it up. You don't pause the degens if the attack does not actually hit the opponent, which would have finished her off, but it didn't matter. We kill her in 55 seconds anyway. So, as you can see, Vox is a very consistent damage dealer where he kills basically everything in 70 seconds or less. And yeah, so Vox is really good. I absolutely love him for Battlegrounds. He's been really fun to use this meta, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.